It's rare that someone sues Twitch, and it's virtually unheard of that someone sues Twitch and wins. But that's exactly what happened recently with James Varga, aka PhantomL0rd, who took Twitch to court 4 years ago, accusing them of unfairly banning him from the platform. Not only did the court side in his favor and find Twitch guilty, but this case has brought to light what PhantomL0rd refers to as Twitch's allegedly secret strike guide, a list of rules, regulations, and violations that have not been made available to the public. Hello people on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story about Twitch ever again. And if there's a story you want us to cover here on Don't At Me, send a tip to tips@thescore.com. So, back in 2016, PhantomL0rd was banned off Twitch after a report was published by esports journalist Richard Lewis accusing him of rigging the results of a CSGO skin gambling website, CSGO Shuffle. He was also accused of not disclosing the fact that he was allegedly part owner of that website. At this point in time, CSGO gambling was extremely popular, and it included a lot of shady websites that allowed you to gamble on matches and casino games using your skins as currency. Obviously, this was a huge problem considering CSGO attracted a young audience, many of whom were not legally old enough to gamble. We've covered this situation on this show before. CSGO skins are a beautiful thing, but the gambling market surrounding them is not so pretty. For years now, the world of CSGO skin gambling and trading has been a murky one. If you're not careful, you can get ripped off really easily. So, PhantomL0rd was banned from Twitch in 2016. Got it. Skip ahead to 2018, and that's when he sued the platform. His primary accusation was that Twitch broke the standard partner agreement by not giving him a written reason as to why he was banned from the site. Quote, significantly, under the terms of Varga's contract, Twitch was required to provide written notice of any purported violations of the contract, and was further required to provide Varga with an opportunity to cure his purported violations within 30 days. However, Twitch provided no such notice, much less opportunity to cure these alleged violations. End quote. He also accused Twitch of essentially using him as a scapegoat to deflect negative press around this gambling situation, while also citing, quote, unsubstantiated allegations in order to ban him. Quote, it is clear from Twitch's conduct that the stated basis for suspension and termination were an effort to deflect negative press and scapegoat Varga, allowing Twitch to publicly decry alleged gambling conduct and divert attention from the fact that Twitch continued to knowingly allow such conduct to continue on other Twitch channels. End quote. Twitch then essentially said, that's cool, you can sue us, sure, but you're only allowed to sue us for $50,000. See? It says so right here in the contract that you signed with us. But then, in 2019, a judge partly ruled in PhantomL0rd's favor, saying that the $50,000 part of the contract was highly unfair. We covered that part of the story on this show when it happened.
On September 27th, Judge Curtis Karnow of the California Superior Court ruled that a specific clause in PhantomL0rd's contract with Twitch was unconscionable. The clause? A $50,000 cap on how much he was entitled to sue Twitch for. Because probably none of us are lawyers here, unconscionable in legal terms means that a clause in a contract is far too one-sided. It favors one party far more than it favors the other, which is not really cool in contract law. The $50,000 is overly harsh and unreasonably and unfairly one-sided. There is no reason to limit Varga to $50,000 when he might well be entitled to a much higher sum. From a practical point of view, which I think is an essential consideration, limiting recovery to $50,000 virtually kills off the odds of a suit against Twitch at all.
Essentially, the judge said that it's asinine to cap the amount of money someone is allowed to sue Twitch for at 50 grand, especially considering lawyers' fees and the fact that no lawyer would want to take this case on for such a small amount of money. After that, things died down for quite a while. That is, until recently on April 23rd, when a 12-person jury straight up ruled in PhantomL0rd's favor. Yeah, PhantomL0rd took Twitch to court and won. Here's an excerpt of the twit longer that he posted after the fact. Quote, "After nearly 5 years, I am grateful that a jury of my peers finally held Twitch accountable for its improper tactics against me, including my suspension. On Friday, the jury found that Twitch breached its standard partner contract, acted in bad faith, and committed fraud by making numerous misrepresentations to me. The jury also summarily denied Twitch's claims that I misrepresented myself as an owner of CSGO Shuffle. The jury also flat out rejected that I committed any type of fraud. The allegations and innuendos held against my name can now be put to rest." End quote. PhantomL0rd also stated on Twitter that, quote, "Twitch just asked the judge to silence me from tweeting and talking about the lawsuit." End quote. So what exactly did the jury find Twitch guilty of? Well, according to the verdict, the following. Twitch did breach the partnership agreement, and Twitch unfairly interfered with PhantomL0rd's right to receive partnership benefits. The verdict also states that Twitch did in fact give PhantomL0rd information regarding his ban, but that, according to the jury, that information was false. To be clear though, the verdict also states that Twitch was not explicitly aware that the information they gave him was false. Essentially what the jury is saying here is that yes, Twitch did give PhantomL0rd information regarding his ban, the representation of facts, but that either all of or parts of that information was false. But the jury also found that Twitch was not explicitly aware that the information they were giving him was false. Now, when PhantomL0rd returned to streaming on April 29th on YouTube, he obviously talked about the lawsuit. He said that all of the rigging allegations were false and were proven so, and that he was never a part owner of CSGO Shuffle, which he was also accused of.
The allegations about me are just straight up not true. I didn't scam millions of dollars. I was not sitting there winning every single pot. It was not coded for me to win. I have a win-loss profit data sheet as evidence that I gave to Twitch during this lawsuit that shows that I was negative $91,000 in profit.
Now, I interviewed PhantomL0rd and his lawyer for this story. They both said that while in court, Twitch representatives admitted to not looking into any of the allegations that they ended up banning him for.
There was a jury question where in California the jury can ask questions, and they asked Maestas, did you investigate the Richard Lewis claim? He answers the question, the judge reads it to him, and he kind of sighs and looks down and says, no. Because they didn't care. I mean, that's the reality.
Now, during that April 29th stream, PhantomL0rd went on to say that when he reached out to Twitch Legal to ask about why he got banned, Twitch Legal allegedly lied to him.
When I spoke to Anil, he actually just kind of meeting up for an event in Las Vegas at the time. And so we just stumbled upon the conversation. And so he was just casually telling us, and then he looked into it and told us it was the fraudulent subscribers. He said that he was told that by Twitch Legal. So by this individual named Jordan Gimbel. And then when I emailed afterwards directly to ask for more clarification and get the direct answer, Jordan Gimbel just lied to me and said he didn't know and said he would look into it.
One of the more shocking things he talked about during that stream was the fact that Twitch allegedly, in internal documents, admitted to banning him for PR reasons, which matches one of the original allegations that we talked about earlier.
They straight up admitted in internal documents to banning me for PR reasons. They admitted that they also shouldn't have banned me at all.
He went on to say that, similar to his original accusations, Twitch allegedly admitted to using the gambling situation as an excuse to ban him. The other interesting thing to come from this lawsuit is that we learned about the existence of what he refers to as Twitch's, quote, secret strike guide. Here's him talking about it in his twit longer. Quote, also in this trial, Twitch's secret, quote, strike guide, its undisclosed list of rules violations, was revealed and given the scrutiny it deserved, end quote. In the interview, this strike guide is described as a lengthy list of rules and violations and how to respond internally as a Twitch employee if those violations happen. According to PhantomL0rd and William, his lawyer, this list is separated into rules for users, random dudes like myself, and rules for partners, aka the streamers that make Twitch money. And according to them, Twitch requested to the court that any documents relating to this strike guide be sealed from the public.
the reason they don't want it public is if they want to give James a pass or give Ninja a pass or give Soda Pop a pass, you as a streamer or you as, John Q public, you look at this and say, well, wait a second. I would get suspended for it. It says right here on page 3. And all of a sudden, then what does Twitch say? Well, you don't make us a lot of money, so we don't care.
I found the document relating to this request, and yes, Twitch did ask the court to seal any documents relating to this strike guide from the public, citing confidentiality issues as the reason. And if you spent any time watching Twitch, you know that the platform typically goes by a 3 strikes and you're out, banned off the platform sort of rule. I say typically because there have been plenty examples of streamers getting more or fewer strikes before they're banned, making this so-called rule more of a suggestion and also quite confusing. Quote, Twitch has identified an overriding interest that supports sealing, that is, its strong interest in protecting the confidentiality of non-public, commercially sensitive financial information and trade secrets relating to Twitch's strike guide and streamers' compensation information, end quote. Now, ultimately, the verdict awarded PhantomL0rd $20,720.34. I'm not sure if that also includes legal fees. It's a far cry from the $35 million that he was originally asking for, but still, it's something. Setting aside the money, the more important thing to talk about here is that a streamer sued Twitch and f***ing won. That is huge. Now, it seems likely that Twitch will need to be more forthcoming about its enforcement policy when it comes to banning users, since it's clear to me anyway, that vague and unclear terms and policies will not be tolerated anymore. Twitch's vague policies, TOS, and inconsistent bannings have been the #1 complaint of streamers since, honestly, I started doing this show. And if Twitch now becomes more explicitly clear about all of these things, in part due to this court case, that's a fucking huge W for streamers everywhere.
As any streamer looking at this, so it forces the discussion that I think we're having right now, which is, what are the rules, Twitch? And if it truly is you can do whatever you want, at least tell us that.
Unfortunately, that's all we know about this lawsuit and this so-called secret strike guide. If those documents are eventually unsealed and made available to the public, and if there's any interesting information there, we'll be sure to let you know. On Friday, the jury found that Twitch breached, you fucking dolt. The jury also summarily, how do I say this fucking word? Summarily. There we go. Summarily. The jury also summarily, you F-wording moron. The jury also summarily denied Twitch's claims that I can't fucking speak English today. To me, it could be referring to the unsubstantiated, you F-wording idiot. Got him. I am so sorry to whoever is editing this.